We're going to talk about phase change, and in order to start, we're going to state there are three phases. For instance, there is a phase which we call a solid, then we have a phase that we call a liquid, and we're going to have a phase we called gas. We're not going to be dealing with plasma or other given phases in this tutorial. And if we move from solid to liquid, then this process is going to be called melting process. But if we move from liquid to solid, this is going to be called fusion process, or it will be called, for instance, freezing. If we move from liquid to gas, this is going to be called boiling or vaporization. Boiling, or is going to be called vaporization. But if we move from gas to liquid, then this is going to be called condensation. There are certain materials at certain pressures that move from solid to gas or from gas to solid. If we move from solid to gas, this is going to be called sublimation. But if we move from gas to solid, this is going to be called deposition. If we make a temperature heat situation, let's start with a solid, for instance here, and we start to provide heat, and the temperature will increase until it gets to a phase change. In the phase change, then the temperature will stop gaining. The heat will be provided, but temperature will stop increasing until it gets to the next phase. In the next phase, it's going to increase once again, and then it comes to the next phase change, and in the phase change, temperature will not increase, and you have to provide heat, but temperature is not changing until it gets to the last, which is a gas. And these processes where you, for instance, provide heat but there is no change in temperature are called, for instance, latent heat. So this is going to be called the latent heat. And latent heat, which is during the phase change, is going to be, for instance, defined as fusion heat or vaporization heat or even sublimation heat. And in this case, you are going to state a sign, plus minus, plus when it's gaining, minus when it's losing. And this is going to be, for instance, mass times the latent heat of fusion and of vaporization, which is provided, for instance, in tables. So this is happening during phase change.